What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and this is a super exciting video because I truly have no idea what's in here. Now, companies reach out to me all the time and ask me to review stuff, and if I think it looks cool based on what they told me or the product description, I say yes. So I'm thinking that's what this is going to be, and I've said yes to a few things recently, so I really, truly don't know what is in here until I open this up and I get inside it, which that is super exciting to me because a lot of times you order something, you forget you ordered it. That is not the case. Oh. There was zero communication about this. Zero. I mean, nothing. I sent off my other one because it was messed up, and they sent me a replacement. I owned my previous power bank for 22 months. They still warranted it because they said it was a 24-month warranty. So yeah, I had the thing for damn near 2 years. And if you saw that video where it had issues, Anker took care of me. I mean, within a couple days of me emailing them, they tried to troubleshoot, and then I got back to them, and they immediately got back to me, and then they did not even tell me this was being shipped. I had no idea this was on the way. So, Anker is amazing, you know? They are absolutely not perfect, and some of their products do fail, but they are very good about taking care of you if it's within warranty, and this is one of those situations. Now, I do have a large abundance of power banks, so this was not one that I used all the time exclusively. I try to alternate and not use the same one over and over and over again. Or if I hear that a product is failing, there is one from another company that I'd say is second place to Anker, and it's a 65 watt output with a little red LED screen on it, and a lot of people are saying it's failing. So I have actually been trying to use that one every day to see if it fails on me. But I don't use one power bank exclusively unless it is, you know, just absolutely above all else. And recently, I'd have to say it's been this guy, because this guy is a 20,000 mAh, 20 watt output, 20 watt input. And I used this thing for probably, I want to say a few months, maybe 6-7 months. I don't know. It's hard. Time goes by fast. But I used it almost every single day to keep my iPad mini charged up during my lunch breaks. And now that I've been using my 11-inch iPad Pro, I've been using something with a little bit more power than this. And like I said, I haven't been just using one exclusively unless somebody's, you know, the comments are saying, hey, this product keeps failing. So then I'm like, okay, let me keep trying to use that and pushing it to its limits and see if it fails me or not. So got the instruction booklet, but I don't really need it because I already know how this thing works. I'm more excited about the fact that I did not send them a cable, so I kind of forgot about that. But they did send me the new 140 watt, and honestly, these are good cables, 140 watts maximum, so it's pretty nice to have that. I don't really want to peel this off yet, but I will not sugarcoat anything at all. So Anker's 140 watt charger, I believe the 717, I've been through 2 replacements, and I don't use the newest one because it's also failed me. I don't know what it is about their 140 watt charger, but based on my experience, I cannot recommend that one. So I usually use one from a competitor, and you know, I just want to fully disclose everything, since I paid for this right here. I paid for it. I paid for all of my primes. I currently have my 200 watt charging and my 250 and my 130 next to me. And I paid for this too. I paid for all of these things. So I'm not going to lie to you and tell you something is working when it's not, or you know, good when it's not. So there we go. Let's plug it in, start the activation. This is a 160 watt charger I'm using. It does 140 watts on a single port. And this is a PowerZ tester that I will try to remember to link to in the comments below. So if you watched the video where I had problems with it, it's going to be the best thing to do, because I noticed for the last several, or maybe, I don't know if it's been several months or a few months, but I noticed for a while that when I would be using this thing, it would go from 100% fully charged to about 25, anywhere from, I'd say, 30 to 20, and then it would die. And you couldn't turn it on with the button. Like, it would not do anything at all. And so after some troubleshooting, I learned that it just couldn't hold a charge below 20%. So it would only come back to life if you plugged it in, and then it would immediately go back into. So it definitely had something wrong with it. And what I really truly love about Anker is the fact that they wanted the device back so that their team could look at it and figure out what went wrong. They don't want products to fail. So that's what I absolutely love about Anker. I'm so glad they didn't just say, hey, find the nearest place and properly discard it. They wanted it back so that they could figure out what the heck went wrong. And that is absolutely huge to me. I'm not sponsored by Anker. In the last 3 to 4 years, I've only received one free product from them. And that was literally just recently with their 2-in-1 cable, where you plug in the USB-C into a, say you have a power bank or a charger, which is one outlet, or I'm sorry, one Type-C port. You now have 2 Type-C ports out of that one. So this thing is pretty cool. But as you can see, we are at 100% battery health. This thing has 0 cycles, and the screen has been turned on 3 times. I don't know why they record how many times the screen turned on, but my previous one had 44 charge cycles, and the screen had been on a couple thousand times, just because you press it to check what the percentage of the battery is. Is my power bank about dead? And that counts as a screen cycle. So it's silly. I don't know why they record that, but they do. It's whatever. But and then it tells you how much you put into it and how much you drew out of it. So this power bank is super freaking cool. I do enjoy it. And since I have an ROG Ally X on pre-order that should be shipping any day now, I'm going to be using this thing a lot more, because my ROG Ally X will charge at 100 watts. That'll mean I have 3 Anker Prime power banks that can do 100 watts on that single port and keep it going. So I'm excited to get my ROG Ally X and test and see what power bank can keep it going the longest, which one can sustain the 100 watts the entire time. I'm just excited to do a lot of testing and let you guys know what power bank I'm going to be using with my ROG Ally X every day. And it could be this one. It could be my 250 watt Prime. It could be my the 200 watt Prime is not a it's not the power bank I recommend. Either get the 250 watt or get this one right here. So I just want to make a quick video letting everybody know, because every single company out there has a product that has failed. You buy a brand new car off the lot with 0 miles on it, and it is not unheard of to have an engine that needs replaced, or big components that need replaced on it. It's not unheard of. It happens, and Anker sometimes makes products that that happens to. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Please subscribe if you want to see future content on Anker power banks and stuff from other companies, and not just power banks, but power banks are the things that are getting the most views right now, and people really enjoy them, and I enjoy making them. So that's why I've been focusing on power banks recently. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.